first question is Deputy Higgins for the Chief Minister.
No, sir, it was for the Children's Minister.
Children's Minister, I apologise, Deputy, I can't read my own note.
Thank you. Earlier in my questioning of the Children's Minister, I mentioned the clients of the Children's Service are having to resort to tape recording all interaction with his department's officers, who are accused of making false entries in their records, which are being used by the courts to determine whether or not children are taken into care. Does the Minister think it's right for his officers to threaten these people with data protection breaches for these recordings when they're not breaking the data protection law? And what will he do about the record keeping, which have many false entries?
Thank you, sir. I mean, I can say that I'm aware of at least one instance where a recording of a meeting did help figure out that mistakes had been made, and that in that instance was helpful in getting that acknowledgement. So I don't think that the service should be threatening people who come into contact with it. I'm aware of some concerns that some members of the public have. I am raising those with my officers. I'm due to do so again shortly for an update on how some complaints are being handled that frankly I'm not pleased with how they've been handled and the length of time that it's taken to deal with some of that. So I'm happy to speak to the Deputy about some of this, provided his constituents are happy to do that. I'm not sure we have had a discussion recently about some of that, but I'm happy to do that with the Deputy.
Supplementary, please, sir. I'll take him up on that. Supplementary, what is the Minister going to do about the record keeping? Will he allow all clients of the service to have access to their records so they can point out the errors, the omissions and falsities?
So the Deputy may well know that we acknowledge that there have been difficulties in record keeping over the years. Some of that has been systemic in that the systems that have been used to record details of service users has not been good enough, and that there have been updates to that system since I've taken office. That feedback we're getting is that it's a better system for enabling that to happen. But it's also true to say that there have been wrong entries that have been put in the system that ought to be corrected, and those who have had misinformation recorded ought to be apologised to for that. I'm sure it is the case that they do have the right to access their records and ask for that, and I would certainly undertake that where mistakes are made, information is inputted wrongly, then that ought to be corrected.